Hello, Namaste, Sasrikal, good evening. Welcome to the S.S.Chandhok talk show. I'm your host and moderator, S.S.Chandhok. Again, on a pleasant evening, we have gathered here to talk about a very special topic, which is very common now as of after the pandemic, that can technology improvise teaching? We have very special guests from the different parts of the country. First of all, we have Jitendra Kumar sir. He is the principal of a very prestigious institution in Pune, that is Arise International School. Welcome, Jitendra sir. Thank you so much for coming up to the show. Heard a lot about you and about your school. Sir, everybody will like to know about you, about your educational journey. Did you came into this profession by chance or by choice? And how did you rose to from a teacher to a principal? I think you're looking after two schools, whatever, sir. So please let us know about yourself. Sir, you are on mute.
Thank you for such a lovely introduction, sir. And it's a pleasure to come on your show. I had got a message from you long time, but I was very busy. You are aware that all principals are quite busy after the pandemic. The schools have opened, and our responsibilities have increased manifold because we have to, recover whatever is lost. So we were into a lot of things. So I was busy. Sorry for that. First of all, talking about myself, if I have to talk about my native place, I am Maharashtrian. I was born to farmers. Actually, means my parents are farmers. Still, they are farmers, and but I was fortunate to have studied in good school and good colleges. That has a lot of impact on my educational journey and a career. So I was, in one of the reputed colleges of Maharashtra, which is a small place, but the college was very reputed. So I studied, 12th from science stream, but then I shifted because my first love was poetry. So I shifted to art stream, and then I chose English as a special subject. So I graduated taking English as a special subject, and then I completed my MA Masters also in literature, linguistics, etc. So that really impacted my mindset as a person, as a personality, the way I think and the way I talking about coming to education field, it was not really original plan. I actually wanted to become a lawyer, but then, as you are aware, that our relatives also play a very important role in our choosing careers for us. So I was told don't go for law because they are not successful, and it's not very successful thing. But I feel I could have been better lawyer, but still okay. So I chose to become a teacher. Actually I wanted to become a senior college lecturer. I tried also for 3 years, but then we had those difficult exams called NET and SET. So somehow I could not crack because there were subjective exams in those days. Now they have objective type of questions. So the pass percentage have gone up, but we could not. So I could not pass. So naturally, after 3 years of attempting, I gave up on that and I did my B.Ed, which was pending. So after doing B.Ed, there was no other career as such thinking, and I had a good flair of speaking from school days. So I used to be a regular participant of debates and I mean uh, speeches and etc. Drama etc. So naturally, teaching become my career choice. After the law, I left that thing. So after doing B.Ed, I joined an ICC school in Pune. I worked there for some 5 years, and that really shaped my career as a teacher. And it was an ICC school, so I got opportunity to teach literature. So that really shaped my personality, my career. I was quite raw because I had come from a village, so my English pronunciations and certain things were not that great in those days. So I improvised on that, and thankfully I become better teacher. Thank to my first principal also, who guided me, shaped me, my personality. I spent some time additionally after the school hours also. So after that, after 5 years of teaching working as a teacher, I got opportunity to work as a principal. So I become principal in my native place for 2 years. Then I got some shocks because I was first time principal. So after that, again went on a lateral position. I worked as a senior coordinator for 3 years in Podar International School. So that again made me more systematized kind of professional, because they are the chain of schools and they have a head office and they have some processes and all. So I learned a lot of things there. So after that, again, I became a principal. Last 4 years, I have been working in Pune as a founder principal of this school. And fortunately, under my leadership, we have been able to generate 950 admissions till date in the fourth year, and we have got CBSE affiliation also. And management also trusted me and entrusted on me some two, three other schools of our management to I look after them. So in terms of going and visiting at least once in a month and auditing them, quality audit of teaching, learning processes, even other processes. So I supervise them. I conduct the meetings of the principals. So virtually nowadays. Earlier, I used to go and visit the schools more of. Now, thanks to the technology and thanks to the pandemic, I'm conducting virtual meetings and I'm guiding them. They are also giving their inputs. What are the problems they are facing? What are the good things that are happening in those schools? So we are monthly meetings are happening. So this is about myself. If I have to talk about my hobbies and all. So I'm an avid reader. I love sports. I keep reading newspaper, keep reading novels, etc. Whatever comes to my way, I keep reading, and that really helps us. Me go forward in even difficult times. And if I have to describe myself in one word as a leader, I'm a people's person. I love interacting with people on social media, even in physical way. Parents also text me, even they WhatsApp me their queries, and I answer. So sometimes it becomes intrusion, but then I have come from that open-ended background where we did not have locks to our doors. Even now, also in my village, there are no locks to the doors. So people keep coming whenever they feel like they have tea, coffee, and then they chat and
Right.
they go. So that is how that is how I breathe. Thank you very much.
That's wonderful, sir. Wonderful experience you have. Even I also have done law. My father was into the practice, but I got registered as an advocate in 1997, but did not went into the profession because I had always been liking teaching as my profession. So from last 26 years, I'm doing the same, and again working as a principal in a CBSE school here in Kanpur. Thank you so much, sir, and welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Next, we
Thank
have
you.
Pramila. Welcome, sir. Then next we have Pramila Sharma, ma'am. She is the principal of a very prestigious institution in Jodhpur, that is B.R. Birla Public School. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming, first of all, into the show. Nice to see you over here. Ma'am, please let us know about yourself.
Thank you, one and all present here. First of all, good evening to everyone. And thanks to Chandhok sir who gave this opportunity to interact with the educators on this platform and sharing the views. If I talk about myself, I'm from an army background. My father was a retired army officer, and because of that, my education is from KVs, Hyderabad, then from MP, then Punjab, Batinda, and then to Rajasthan, that is Alwar, my native place. So I completed my education through KVs, and after that, colleges in Rajasthan. Basically, I did my BSc and then I switched over to English literature. The reason behind that, I was very much interested in teaching. It is my passion. So it is my choice. This profession is by my choice. I did my BEd and I came into this profession. I started my journey from Lord's International School from my native place, Alwar, and I shifted to Jaipur. And more than 15 years, I worked in Jaipur in different institutes, State Board Public School, Maheshwari, Southern International School. And recently, I joined this institute at Jodhpur, VR Padla Public School. my complete family is also in education, so that is the reason we are more into it. If I talk about my way of, moving in the journey, my passion is teaching and my love for students. That is very important. I feel myself when I was a teacher, I was more, innovative and active teacher, always engaged with the children and busy with the children, pushing them forward. And even today, as a principal also, you will find not me in the cabin. I'm not limited myself in the cabin. I'm just somewhere around the children when some substitution periods are there. All of a sudden, I used to move in the class. I used to discuss the things with the children. My children, they went to, President House with their projects. So, this is the way at a tinkering lab, they got the opportunity to interact with the president, Govindji. And this is the way I used to push my children forward. I believe that we are the people, those who can ignite the fire into them. And once the fire is created, then they can move forward. So that is what the role of an educator is, and I used to teach my teachers also that children they need only a little motivation, and once they are encouraged for that, then the path is theirs. So this is a little about me and my children. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful, ma'am. You are a true leader and a true teacher, actually. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, we have Shipra Singh, ma'am. She is the principal of a very prestigious institution in Bhagalpur, Patna. The name itself is very famous, that is GD Goenka Public School. Shipra, ma'am, welcome and thank you so much for coming up to the show. Please let us know about yourself, ma'am, please. You're on mute, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm not more than I have just continued my as a principal from 2018, where I was a founder principal in Redwood International School. And I recently joined GD Goenka Public School, where just 1 year ago. Before that, I am a passionate teacher. If I talk about myself, I'm a passionate teacher and I love students. And what about this? If I say, like um,
There's a technical problem. Shipra, ma'am, you can exit and you can rejoin. Shipra, ma'am, if you can hear, you can leave and rejoin again, then your voice will be more clear. Puna, ma'am, good evening. You're back home. Ma'am, you're on mute, ma'am. Yeah, Shipra, ma'am is there.
okay.
Ma'am, you can. Yes, Shipra, ma'am.
I think so, some network issue is there
No
with
problem,
me.
ma'am. No
So I'm
problem, ma'am.
not able
No
to
problem, ma'am. It's okay, ma'am. You can switch on your camera now. You can speak. You are audible now. No problem, ma'am is losing connection again and again. By the time we can welcome Poonam ma'am. Ma'am, you're on mute. Yeah. Good evening, ma'am. Nice to see you once again.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Sarabjit, for inviting me. And I've heard two educators speaking in before me. So if I want to talk about myself, I am a postgraduate in zoology. And ever since I was a young girl, I wanted to be a doctor because that's why I took biology. And I got through PMT also, but not in the MBBS category. So, like all of us with broken dreams, I continued with my pursuit in MSc Zoology from Delhi University. But then during that time, everybody used to talk about we will go for research. I don't know why I used to say I'll become a science teacher and produce more doctors, biology teacher and make more doctors. And I think that time when I used to say I wasn't very serious. But then after my MSc, I did my B.Ed. And then when I was going to admit my child for to the school, and I was told by the admission clerk that, ma'am, there is I just asked, is there any vacancy? That's yes, ma'am, there is a vacancy of PGT biology. So I applied and I went through the interview process and I got through. So this is what my journey began. And ever since then, I have not regretted any moment of being a teacher. And I think I was born to be a teacher. And what I used to say in my college and MSc days, that I have also nurtured, or I'll say I have given direction. Many children, they have become doctors. And I used to tell in the class when I used to be, कि मेरे को अपने बुढ़ापे की चिंता नहीं है, because I am producing so many doctors. And till today, because thanks to Facebook, again technology, that I have come in touch with them, and they all send greetings and all that. And but journey as a leader, I became a vice principal after 10 years of teaching in Venkateshwar School, Dwarka, Delhi, a very prestigious school where I learned all the nuances of leadership and how to nurture a school and how to build teams and how to get work done through those teams. After completing 6 years as vice principal, again an opportunity came to become the principal, and I became the founder principal of Scholars Global School, and it has been 11 years, and I love every bit of my job, whether it's scolding teachers or children or talking to them, giving them pep talks or motivational speeches, or just walking into any class and start teaching. So that's what I love to do. And in return, I get a lot of love and a lot of positivity from everyone. So this has been my journey so far. Yeah. Thank you, Sarabjit sir.
That's wonderful, ma'am. That's wonderful. And in old age, you don't have any problem because so many doctors you have produced. You were not able to become yourself doctor, but you have so many doctors now as your students who will be taking care of you if there is any problem, God forbid, if any problem comes up. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming up to the show once again of your busy schedule. Next, we have Shipra ma'am. She'll be joining again. But next, we have a very wonderful personality. That is Mr. Harshpal Singh Khurana. Sir is the founder and CEO of TAP School. A wonderful thing which is based on our, the topic, can technology improvise education? Because we are into education for since long. We are technology migrant, but people like Harshpal sir, who have entered into the education field instead of going into other things, they are technology resident. They have produced so many good things for education, which have made the things very easy, very comfortable for the schools. And many times it has always been a pressure on the mind that these things might be very expensive or out of the range. It won't be affordable for the schools. But these type of things which are A to Z solution for the schools, and they are very reasonable. And in fact, when you are getting these things done from the manpower, they are more economical than that. So we'll also like to know from him in the later part of the session how these things are useful. So many people come to us with a visiting card for all these things, but the AI-based technology which has come for. But what is right and what is wrong, he'll be as an expert of today. And talking you about Harshpal sir, he is the EdTech entrepreneur and founder of Tap School, a premium startup that provides all type of solutions to educational institutions and organizations. Tap School solutions are currently implemented in thousands of schools in India. He loves to interact with educators and other stakeholders of education community to understand their problem and solve the pain points using technology. His motto is education first. He has a experience of more than 2 decades into the industry with different companies and different work he has done. But after a certain point of time, it came into his mind that he should start up a startup which is actually related to directly to the education, and which should be so much customized that every school of India may be able to afford that, and is making the work more easy and towards the technology, which is which is, we can say that after 5 to 7 years, maybe 10 years, there'll be no books, technology will be only survive, although the teachers will remain over there. Talking less about that, let's come up to Harshpal sir. Harshpal sir, thank you so much for coming up to the show once again, and welcome to you. Please let us know how did it came into your mind after working up so much into the companies, then starting up your startup. Because when personally you told me that so many things you have seen in the market were very expensive and they're not up to the mark, it came up into your mind to start up the thing up, this product known as Tap School. So what was the motto behind it? What was the idea behind it to start all this? Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me one more time. And the idea of Tap School was originated by looking at students in the tier 2 or 3 cities where you see the lack of educational infrastructure, and you happen to belong to a tier 3 city, and you happen to see some small cities and villages nearby, and then you get to know, okay, you can contribute a lot. Any engineer or any person who's remotely associated with technology first thinks, okay, let's move on to a good job, high paying job. Let's go to Bangalore. Let's go to maybe outside country. Let's migrate to abroad. But we sometimes forget that there are so many challenges within our country, and we need to we only as citizens of country need to figure out all the solutions. So after experiencing the lack of infrastructure, lack of what you call the proper teaching facilities, so we came up with Tap School. Tap School in the 2016, when we started discussing the product with teachers, and with the help of the teachers' feedback, we designed the product in such a manner that the teachers themselves can create. We empower the teachers that they can create the digital worksheets, which give them instant results, which give students instant results. And from there, our journey started. And back way in 2018-19, just before pandemic, we were also asked to provide ERP solutions, hardware solutions. Then obviously, when we were talking about schools in the rural areas, then the solutions were that we do not have internet. Can you give us a solution for that? Definitely, during pandemic, the whole technology scenario in schools was accelerated to a very high, because obviously everybody was inside their homes. The students need to be taught. But we also found out during pandemic that there were many schools, especially schools from the government standpoint of view, or even from remote areas, the students were not able to go online because of the infrastructure problem. So after now post pandemic, I think technology, definitely there is a lot of innovation happening in the education sector, and it has definitely boosted. Now it's time to adoption of the technology into the classrooms, and in a unified manner. By unified manner, in sense, it has to be adopted in a classroom, it has to be adopted in the administration, and then the information should also flow seamlessly, so that the management, the principals and the management make precise decision. The decision making process is a lot easier, and the teachers should be able to focus only on the teaching part rather than doing other work. So this is our future. This is our goal also, to make things more convenient for the teachers through technology, and to and empower them as well, so that there is a seamless and experience for students as well as for teachers to teach within the classroom. So this has been our experience, and no doubt we have achieved some success in that, but we are looking for much more, with having to talk with such great personalities and principals today at the show.
That's great, sir. But I was just thinking about the product, that if it is being used or taken by a school, it will be costing less than one employee of an office for the whole year. I was just thinking, if you take up a employee in an office, 3 to 4 employees you put up in the office, if one employee you remove, so it will do so many works of the teachers, of the office, of the principal, of everyone. I was just taking over like this. People think, you see, misconcept with the schools is, with the managements or the principals is, that this will be a very expensive thing. If you remove one of the employee from your office, it will handle the office, your results. I've been seeing the teachers sitting and tallying up with the first the office person is telling whose fees has come, taking out the statements from the bank and everything. Then he's telling up with the teachers and telling them, you have to make the list of the student whose fees has come or not. So many things are there. The teachers don't have to make their worksheets. They don't have to do a lot of work, and the time which is saved, they can use it with the students for teaching them better. And the technology AI based things, which with the contents you are giving up for the subjects also, they are also telling us that how far the students are able to understand the things, in what subject, what topics they're lacking, on which the teachers have to work on. So a systematic way. The parents are also assured, because through these technologies, they are able to know where their child is, what their child is doing. So 360-degree sort of solution is like this. When the stakeholders, when the parents, you speak about, the parents say that we are sending to the school, we don't know anything. Earlier they were saying, but now they can understand everything, they can know everything, and they will also become the part. And this is a very big problem with the principals, like all of us, that the parents don't cooperate, because वो कहते हैं हमको तो कुछ पता नहीं आपको.
So the technology plays a lot of role in informing what your kid is doing in school. So the whole idea here with technologies is always to keep every stakeholder involved in what is happening within the school or within the classroom also. So that is the entire ecosystem that is we created. But like you said, so many times when we think about technology, we think, oh, it's going to be expensive. But we tend to forget that it's actually not expensive. It's very economical as far as TAP School is concerned. It's very economical. But the kind of work it does for you is a very seamless process. You don't have to really put much of an effort to learn it. Yes, there is obviously, when you then you go ahead and adopt a new technology, is a little learning curve. That is with everything. I think if NAP comes today into our, which has already been introduced into the schools, there is a learning curve with that also. So I think whenever new thing comes, there's a little learning curve. But definitely, once the training is done, something that we provide training to the teachers, because the implementation part is very important, and the teachers are the key stakeholders when it comes to implementation of technology in a school. So then we have to train teachers, we have to provide the entire support system to them. Without support, the teachers sometimes tend to not to implement technology. They have certain fears also. So we have to take it out, and we have to make sure that the implementation is happening seamlessly. Everything is working as per the requirement of the schools. Main thing is that what is the school's main challenge and how we are solving that challenge through technology. So it can be academic, it can be an administrative, it can be anything that is there that a challenge school is facing. So that is how we have designed the software, that it adopts to a particular school. It's not, because every school is a unique school. They have own set of problems. So our software has been designed because it has been implemented in so many schools. We see that, okay, the schools have certain problems. So the thing is that it easily adopts according to your school, and then it just goes seamlessly, start working automatically, sync your timetables, your payroll systems, your everything is seamlessly synced into the system. So that is how we have designed the entire system. We have made sure it's economical. It's not expensive. It has to be economical, because, and it has to be convenient. It has to be a convenient for a teacher to use it. So that is 2 points that I would stress on the most. It is one is the convenience, the easy, and the second thing is that it is economical. So this is 1 or 2 points that I would focus on.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We'd like to know further in the further session more about the technology which has come as of now. We'll come up to the next round. I will call it as suggestion round rather than a question round. I'll come up to Poonam Saxena ma'am. Poonam ma'am over there. Ma'am, are you there? Yeah. Poonam ma'am, we will like to know from you that we say that the only positive attribute of pandemic was that it brought about technology along with it. According to you, can technology improvise teaching or not?
See, I am a firm believer that technology definitely enhances the skills of the teacher, and teachers can't be replaced. That is the first thing we have to put in the minds of the teachers, because they are scared if that too much of technology will happen, then where will or their importance will be lessened in a school. I think technology definitely, as Harshpal has already mentioned, the making of worksheets, making of question papers, it has become so easier, and keeping all the records regarding the mark lists and the performance in the X class or the Y class. And I personally, as a principal, feel I am really able to compare, because all the data can be put up in the bar charts and all that. So it becomes very easier for me to see which teacher is or which class is doing well in mathematics, or which class is not so doing so well in science, or if Priyanka, suppose ma'am, is teaching in 3 sections, so in which the teaching is effective, just by going through that. And in my school, we did an experiment also, you can say a case study or action research regarding differentiated learning. And the results were really surprising, and we could do all that because of the use of technology. So in the classes where audio visual aids were used, even the below average children could do better. And what was more surprising was where the children used hands-on, in a science teaching, hands-on activities, the results were even better than the use of technology. So I wanted to bring that point forward, that nothing can replace when the child learns by doing himself or herself. Then when we talk about, let's say, when children fall sick, so a lot of things can be recorded and shared. And if we want the learning to happen post school, so teachers, they share a lot of links with them. Children, they understand. And now there are so many free videos and lectures, and I'll say the papers which can be read by the children, they are all available. So technology has, I'll say, integrated into every aspect of school system, be it collection of fees, maintaining of accounts. And when we come about teaching, it has definitely enhanced the teaching learning process and keeping a record of all the things which we do in the school. And when we talk about individualized learning, because NEP talks about that the children should become the owners of learning should be in the hands of the children. So children can learn when they want to learn. And in my school, even after the pandemic, we are holding on Saturdays online classes, because that is That way the technology is still a part of the classroom, and children do not waste time in traveling, because the children, when they use the bus transport, they take almost 1 hour in some of the places the children are coming from, so their energy is not drained. They just get up and then they start attending the online classes. Then there are few tests like GK exam. It used to be a multiple choice, 50% at least, and others also used to be a one word thing. So that has I have put it completely in online mode, so it is really easy for a teacher to get the scores. And once the test is taken, the teacher can post the scores and even post the marking scheme for the children. And in the GK books, like say we have only one word, let's say talking about Great Wall of China, so the teacher can, when they are teaching in an online mode, they can show how the Wall of China looks like. They can take the children there virtually, and the experience is definitely better than what it used to be in the classroom. Then I'll talk about other activities which children do. They play games, the Minecraft thing which they are using to make models. And let's say if they have to study Indus Valley civilization, teachers give them a project. You make it how you read the passage, they read the chapter and create this. So then a lot of things the children are doing it in a play form. So gamification of learning, I will not say exactly, but then it is being done in a happy mode. Then coming to computer teaching, it has become very good. Earlier teachers used to, I've seen the teachers struggling drawing, they sit on the whiteboard or the green board. Now with technology, everything is on the screen. The screen is being shared in the lab through the laptop, and computer teaching has definitely become better and more effective. So I can go on and on because I am become such a fan of online thing. Even if a lot of complaints from parents, I insist that Saturday is going to be an online class. The reason is being that the children energy is conserved, and teachers are using a lot of tools for improvising or increasing the learning process. So that is all I have to say.
That's good. That's wonderful, ma'am. Blended teaching, flip learning, everything is going on all together. The children should get used to all type of teaching. That is good. And you're saving the time of the kids on one day, where they can save the time of commuting, and they can learn also through online. So that also will remain in their head, that if there is some, God forbid, there any problem, they can go for online teaching. That won't be again a new thing for them. Thank you so much, Poonam ma'am. Wonderful, wonderful things you are doing in your school. Thank you so much. So this is all about the show, sharing your own ideas and exchanging between all of us. Thank you so much. Jiten sir, we'll come up to you again. We'll ask the same question for you. Do you believe that technology can improvise teaching?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, my answer is affirmative, yes. Because we are at least last 2 years, we have been living in a VUCA world. I won't be going in a detail what is meant by VUCA, but it means it's very uncertain, volatile kind of world we are living. We don't know when we have to shift to the online mode, when we have to shift to the offline mode, when we have to work on a hybrid mode. So all this pandemic has taught everyone to shift gears quickly, and all these gears are possible to shift. All the role play is quick. Shifting of role play has been possible thanks to the technology, actually. So technology is a tool, actually. It is not an end of everything. So we should not be, jumping the guns that the teacher is over, as ma'am also mentioned there. Teacher's place remains intact. Teacher is required because technology is there, internet is there, internet itself is a technology, and sea of information is available. But teacher is required to disseminate that information, to give the right information, to teach the child how to find the right information. So teacher is required. So teachers are not need not worry. But having said that, I firmly believe that technology has certainly a big role to play, and it has been already playing a role. And but majoritively, especially in the rural part, a lot of resistance was there for technology. Even in my school, where it is in Pune, but it is suburban area. So when I started the school, we started online report cards, online things, and many of my teachers said, "Sir, why do we print? Why don't we print the report cards directly and we write the marks and the grades with pen? Why do we to have this?" They thought that it is a hassle. But gradually I trained them, and they also learned thanks to the pandemic, that they learn technology, and now they are saying that let us use everything online. So I believe, take it forward, learning becomes very, more interesting and fun if the technology is used judiciously, neither too much nor very less. It should be used judiciously, to the good effect. It should not be distraction also, and it should not be, if we are completely traditional kind of people and old school people, we say no, I am the best teacher and I will do everything myself. No, you got to learn new things, you got to unlearn few old things. So you need to, blend all the things. That is what the keyword we are using, blended learning. So I am just sharing few survey here. If you allow me one more minute. There are 90% or 92% of teachers who agree that internet and technology is impacting the way they find out the content, resources, and the materials online. So 92% people, teachers agree that it is impacting positively. Earlier they were, only relying on the textbooks or the reference books which were there in the library, if the library was good enough. Otherwise, they were, at the mercy of their own. So if they had few books at home, they could refer. Otherwise, they were, unable. They were inadequate teachers. But now teachers have become adequate. They have become sufficient. They have become knowledgeable source of inspiration. So, second survey says 69% of the teachers agree that the way they were sharing the content with the other teachers, and the way they share the content of other teachers has impacted greatly. It has become easy. एक कोई वीडियो आपको अच्छा लगा तो आप एक क्लिक में व्हाट्सएप पे भेज सकते हो, या मेल पे आप पीपीटी शेयर कर सकते हो. अर्लियर इट वाज नॉट पॉसिबल. इफ आई हैड सम गुड कंटेंट, I had to go to that person, write it down, or take a Xerox photocopy, and then I bring it. Now technology has become a magic wand. Whatever you like, you can download on internet without many times without permission. They are freely available. Sometimes you have to purchase them, but they are now the resource content from the other teacher. Now Diksha app, the government of India has made the app available for everyone. So where the teachers can share their lesson plan, their resources. So sharing of resources has become very easy, and it has impacted positively as far as teaching and learning is concerned. Next is connect. The connect has become very easy because of the availability of technology. The way earlier we used to connect with the teacher, parents, and the way we earlier used to connect with the student, it used to be very, very slow and lethargic process. Now within few seconds we can connect with the parent. Immediately we can connect with the parent. Immediately we can connect with the students. Earlier 2 years nobody had thought that online classes, virtual classes are possible. So everybody was imagining that it is impossible, next to impossible thing. But the pandemic forced us to now we realize that it is very much possible. So cutting it short now, I believe that technology, if used judiciously, properly, it can open many avenues for the teachers. Even an ordinary teacher becomes extraordinary because he has got a tool of technology, he has got content. So project method is possible. Children can do collaborative project. Collaboration is very much possible. Even in rural, if there are teachers whose pronunciations has problem, they can use an app called Read Along, which is free in Google. They can use some apps called for mathematics like Prodigy. There is a Khan Academy. There is a lot of content available even for the students. They can avail it at home, and even their parents are not able to read. They can read and they can teach themselves how to read English better, how to read Hindi better. So any language for that matter, or even maths. There are some YouTube videos available. There are a lot of NGOs which are uploading free content. So all this has happened. All this is possible thanks to only technology. So technology का use करो, उसको hate मत करो. Only you have to become a better teacher. A teacher has to become a better manager now. He has to become more systematic. So if he is more organized, he is more research oriented, he has a lot of content freely available on internet, and he can make the life of children easy. हावर्ड गार्डनर का जो मल्टीपल इंटेलिजेंस थ्योरी है वो इजीली फॉलो हो जाएगा. आपको बहुत ज्यादा टीचिंग एड यूज करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, बिकॉज व्हेन यू यूज विजुअल्स, you audios, videos, many intelligence get covered. So somehow child may understand through auditory, through video, through visual. So कहीं ना कहीं बच्चे को समझ
So,
में आ
ma'am,
जाएगा.
so sir, we can say in one line that the technology has made the teaching more simple and easy to
Yes,
understand with a live
interesting.
example. World is not big now; it's only in a device. In a device, you can find out everything you want. वो what you say ना कि पहले हमको word difficult होता था, डिक्शनरी देखते थे, अब तो डिक्शनरी को देखता ही नहीं है. डिक्शनरी is out of use as of now. It was so good
Google.
and so now the Google Baba is there. You can find out anything you want to know. मतलब anything, nothing is like कि आपको मिलेगा नहीं या कि आपकी expectation से बाहर चीज आपको पता नहीं चलेगी. Everything is possible as of now. But the only main thing is the wise use of technology. How are you using the technology? That is the most important thing. If you are using it for the better way, for the education in better way, it is very helpful for the teachers, making the things simple, as you were saying, sir. And everybody will say the same thing. And also, it is good for the children also. Sir, we had seen the students who don't ask question inside the class. They hesitate कि सब मेरा मजाक उड़ाएंगे. They'll make fun of me. तुमको आता नहीं है. And if we ask also 1 or 2 times or 3 times, so the teacher will get irritated. तुमको समझ नहीं आता. बेवकूफ हो बिल्कुल तुम. Are you an idiot? Again, the fun will be there. But these type of technology tools, when they have at their own 24/7, anytime at their comfort, they can go in at a home and they can put up their device in front of them and they can use it one-to-one. Nobody's looking them. No human being is there in front of him also. And machine never gets exhausted. उसे 1000 बारी पूछिए वो आपको जवाब देगा जब तक आपको समझ नहीं आएगा.
होता है. मशीन जज नहीं करता है.
Judge नहीं करता है कि after 5 times you'll say you are an idiot. You're not able to understand that. But that is the most important thing. सब mind settle करने के लिए हम भी कोई काम करते हैं. We are doing something as a principal. We need a mind settlement to do certain work. वो mind बनने वाला जो होता है. So when the mind is settled and now he wants to study, but teacher is not there. But that device will be his teacher because that thing is over there. At the very same time, these things are very smart things. They are not removing the role of the teachers even. It is not there that these AI tools, it will always remain a tool. Teacher will never be removed, can never be removed from education. Thank you so much, Sir Jiten, sir. We'll come up to Pramila ma'am. Pramila ma'am, we like to know that your views on this saying that how has flipped learning helped children to grow in a better way, especially after pandemic.
Yes, sir. When we are talking about technology, I mean, 2 of my friends, they have talked about this very promptly and very clearly. Flip learning is really very beneficial, especially after pandemic when we are talking about that. Now the teachers, they come to know that earlier in the traditional, teaching, if I talk about what is flip learning. So in flip learning, what we used to do, we share the videos, we share the content, we share the material with the children well in advance. Suppose tomorrow I want to, start with some topic. So today in the evening or a day before, I'm sharing the videos with the children and they know that based on this video or based on this content, tomorrow one assignment will be given. So they will go through it and not only go through it, they will research, they will find, they will explore because children, they are when with the mobile or on the system, they are in a habit of exploring now, right? So they will explore, they will this is kind student centered, fine, they are exploring, they are becoming independent, fine. So when next day when they are coming to the class giving an assignment, so they're working on that assignment and they come to know that my concepts are clear or not. Earlier, a little different thing was there. We used to teach first of all. We used to give them the homework. Now at home, there is nobody to tell them that what are the problems, but they are having the problems, whether the concepts are clear or not. If they are facing some problem, nobody is there to help them. Next day they are coming. A long process is there. But now this process is, a very small, short and very satisfied also. The teacher is also very satisfied that my class, the concept which I want to teach them is clear, the outcome is there, the case study or application based assignment is given to them related to the real life, experience. So where we are talking about, I mean, in NEP, experiential learning, we are talking about, like competency-based teaching, we are talking about. So these all are the part of this. So this is what flip learning, and this is something very useful. And one more thing, like it is beneficial for teachers also. Like whatever, I mean, I taught today, I can retain it. I can, I mean, preserve it for the future in other classes if I want to teach them. If I mean some upgradation is supposed to be done, I can edit it and I can, I mean, um, like tell them, I mean, once again, teach them in the same way. So this is the pedagogy which is having an approach like which is making student direct, I mean, steps and I mean, student centered. Fine. In other, I mean, traditional teaching, what happened? Teaching comes first, learning comes second. But in flip learning, learning comes first, teaching comes second. So this is the one major difference between the two, but this is something very beneficial. But I mean, elaborate this flip learning. Uh, Four pillars we used to have, like I have called flexible environment. Now, when I'm talking about flexible environment, like the content which I have shared with the children, the videos or my lecture which I have already shared with the children. Now they are having a choice when they can, I mean, listen it, when they can view it in the evening or at night or in the journey. So flexible environment we are giving them. We are giving them a choice to choose. Then comes the learning culture. So now a topic is given to them, and I mean, the child who's next day I'm going to get some assignment. I am supposed to work in a group. So everybody wants to, when I'm working in a group, I want to be a leader or I should know maximum. So they will, I mean, explore, they will research on that topic. So a learning culture we are creating. We are creating a learning culture for the child. So, and when they are coming and they are, I mean, doing the assignment, so they are having the peer group, I mean, how to, I mean, move on with the peer group, how to, I mean, like discuss the things. They will have a debate also, they will have a discussion also to come to the point, to come to the results. Fine. So, this is something we are providing them learning culture over there. Then I'm talking about intentional content. Now we are giving them some content where some survey can be done, where there are scope of some research, where the scope of some exploring other topics also. So we are making them just to broaden their views. I mean, they are not, I mean, limited to a book or to that particular content. We are giving them, if suppose I'm talking about, I mean, biology, if I'm talking about like the working of heart. Okay, so when I mean, I have shared one 3D model with them. And when I'm next day when I'm teaching in the class, so obviously they can relate it because I mean the visuals are more effective on the mind of, I mean, the brain of any child. Visuals are more effective. So, I mean, in this way, we are providing them, and P stands for the professional educators. Now, here the teacher is not the teacher only, he's a guide, he's a facilitator. So, he's just to guide them. So, when we are talking about now, when CBSE says that the lesson plan must be with outcome. Earlier, what are the objectives we were talking about? But now we are talking about the outcome. So through this flip learning, what I felt that in the class only you will come to know that what is the outcome. Earlier, it was a long process. If you're going to take the assessment or test, and then the result comes, and then you come to know, okay, my child. I mean, after every chapter, we are taking a test, and then we come to know that whether this concept is clear to, I mean, 60% of the children or 70%. But now in the class, when you are, I mean, giving them a kind of a case study, there you will find out whether the concept is clear. And even if the child is not, I mean, having some queries, having some problem, then and there you can ask the teacher, and I mean, can, I mean, sort it out the queries over there. So flip learning definitely after pandemic, even after pandemic, I mean, right now Poonam ma'am was also sharing the same thing, that this is something very good, that still you are, I mean, continuing with the online classes. I don't have, I mean, online classes, but I used to give projects online. I used to, I mean, ask the children and teachers to have some projects online, and they, I mean, on the Google Meet, they are giving their presentations. So it, I mean, just, I mean, save their time also, and they know how to, I mean, use this technology somewhere and wherever they are. I mean, if they are, I mean, at their, I mean, relatives' house or anywhere, they can present their, I mean, projects from there. So this is something which is very, I mean, beneficial even after pandemic. I mean, this is the best part that we learned. I mean, technology, everybody, I mean, it was by, I mean, like it was compulsory for everybody. But it is very true by, I will said by Poonam ma'am also, that teachers cannot be replaced. Yes, they cannot be replaced. But now teachers are not only teachers, they are the guide. They are showing the path, and children are moving forward, and hands-on practice, they are doing all these things. So I mean, experiential learning I'm talking about, like, let them, let them do it themselves. And when I'm talking about lab activities and all, so earlier when practicals were there, like in, I mean, before pandemic, so children are coming in the lab, and then they come to know the teacher is going to give the demo. Okay, today you are going to do this kind of experiment. But right now, I mean, well in advance, you share a video, you share your lecture, doing, I mean, activity in the lab. All labs are available on Google. So you can share your, I mean, that lab
Right.
activity. So children are now coming with a confidence that, okay, I know what is to be done. So they are well prepared. Earlier, I mean, the
Right.
process was a little difficult and different. Teacher
It
is
has
going
made
to
easy.
introduce.
It has made all the things very easy with the teachers as well as the students. What you
As
want
well
to
as the
say?
students. So I mean, both of them are, I mean, benefited with this
Benefited with the tech.
method.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
We'll come up to Ship. Ship Ravam again lost the connection because she is trying from since long. No problem. We'll come up to Harshpal sir. Ma'am is not able to join because there's some network problem again and again. Harshpal sir, we like to know your views. First of all, you want to say anything? What the guests have said about the technology. So how are you adding up the things? Have you added up, or these being added up to the products like Tap School? That how are they helping the teachers? How are they helping the students? And they are not removing the role of the teachers, because teachers are very important. Media between the students and the education. Please let us know about that.
So I think the flipped learning concept, I think ma'am has defined it and explained it the best way she can, and I can't contribute more to it. And like the benefits this a school is getting, I think Poonam ma'am and Jitendra sir has already said that. But when we talk about improvisation and we talk about the skills that needs to be developed, generally it has been seen that our education system, the school system, which has been designed, it is now come to a point where we are developing certain skills in the child, like we are developing critical thinking, problem solving through the curriculum. These skills are being developed in the student, like we give reading comprehension to them, we are solving decision, we are making decision and analytical skills we are developing. Same goes with maths, same goes with social sciences. We are building skills, we are putting in some moral values, we are telling them, we are educating them something or the other, and we're trying to build some skills. So we have also taken care of that, that within the curriculum framework, the our systems can develop skills. Like for example, we have systems like reading comprehensions can be easily made, personality tests can be easily made. Like Jitendra sir was talking, nobody now looks up dictionary. We have ebooks, or any content that you load in the format of PDF. Student can just click it. It comes with assistive learning tools. Why I call it assistive learning tools? Because you can highlight any text, as in like we use a highlighter. I still remember as a college student, I used to use a highlighter on my book. So students can use those highlighters. They can click on any word and come to know the pronunciation or the meaning of that word. So everything is a part of the tab school, and translation is also there. Like you don't understand exactly what it means, it just translates for you into the language which you are most comfortable. India is a one country where not one language is spoken. So if you go down south, Tamil is there, Telugu is there, Malayalam is there. We have Marathi, we have Rajasthani, we have Punjabi, we have Dogri, we have so many languages. And thanks to the translation tools that we have embedded those tools into the system. So these are the all the tools and the skills that we have. I mean, we've created those tools in such a manner that they help the students to enhance their skills, enhance their academic results, enhance their understanding. Another important point that I would like to come, when we are talking about improvisation, the technology actually helps in improvisation in sense that, let's say a teacher is sending a content and you come to know, a teacher would already come to know through system that, okay, this way is not the right way, or this way in the method that I'm teaching is not, my majority of students are not able to get or understand what I'm trying to teach, or they're not able to get a topic. So that is being improvised. So let's improvise. Let's teach them in another method the same topic. Or we can divide the students into different set of groups that we can send a particular content for different set of students, and B particular content for different set of students. So this is all improvisation. We are doing improvisation instantly. We are picking topics the way we need to teach a class, let's say a section A and a section B. It can be entirely different. So the improvisation is also happening on spot. Flip learning, like ma'am said, is there. A lot of content is being shared, and there is, I being an edtech entrepreneur, I'm saying it myself that Diksha app is a great app. I say that it's a government-based app, but then at the end of the day, it's just a content. There are other tools required to further enhance the content, further, ask questions digitally, create those worksheets, and that is what we have. That is all that we have. You can give n number of worksheets to students, and you get instant results. You would easily come to know how the student is performing, how much time they have spent online, whether they have spent the online time correctly or not, I mean, to a right content or not, whether they are doing their homework or not, or if they are doing any completing their assignments or not. So all these this is a part of Tab School. At the same time, these notifications are not just being sent to teacher, but also to the parent. So the parent also comes to know, because sometimes we have seen that parents are out of loop. They are not in sync with the child. The reason is that they can be busy in their lives, or they are, working people. They go out to work for a job. They're not in sync. But at the moment they're getting these results, they're getting these reports and notifications, they know what the child is doing. So the entire ecosystem has been created in such a manner to, first, keeping in mind all the stakeholders, second, developing students skills, third, retention. So many times there's always a complaint from the education community is that technology just fades away retention. Actually, we have created those tools which help students to retain the content, because at the end of the day, every student has to sit for an examination and give that examination, and that comes from retention. And obviously the learning, the experiential learning, the virtual learning, the gamified learning, the learning that engages the entire student's learning process. So we are engaging the student. It's all part of our Tab School ecosystem. And apart from that, obviously, because you are getting a lot of data from the students, and you need another system for it to actually channelize and create reports automatically that how much the student is performing. So we also have those ERP systems which are generating about 15 different type of reports. You can get one comprehensive report, but then you can filter it out from how much subject wise or online activity wise, because we are, as a technology entrepreneur, and that too in education, we have to take care of security also, because security is a very important aspect when it comes to technology. We don't want students to wander off with technology, so that we have taken care of. So these are all part of, it's all everything under one umbrella kind of a solution for schools with us.
That's wonderful, sir. The wonderful, beautiful thing. The child is, the most important thing is the child is benefited. He cannot. It can be noted out that how much work he has done, how the child is performing in different subjects. Teacher are able to know about this. Parents are able to know about this. Administration is able to know about that. That is the most and the good thing about this technology-based tools. Thank you so much, Harpal sir. We'll come back to you again for further inquiries. We'll come up to the next round. We'll come up to Poonam ma'am. Yeah, Poonam ma'am, we will like to know your views on the saying that how has technology helped schools to get their work more systematic and easy?
I think if we combine what each one of us have shared, that will be the essence of what technology has done to schools. Right from easing the collection of fees, right from making, I'll say, the worksheets, question papers, the secrecy, and giving access to the parents to the ERP, sending SMSs to the parents in bulk, and then updating all the information like the pictures, the videos on the teams also, or on the ERP also. When we talk about technology, ERP is also a tool which is used by school very much. And I'll say then the management of library, which child has read how many books, or which book has been read most by the children. So if we have that library management system, so that is also enhancing the school's efficiency. And then I think one of the panelists also mentioned about the collection of the fees. 50%, 70% nowadays post pandemic, we have to give phone calls to the parents to submit the fee. Earlier it was not a problem. So we can see, we start with the people who have not paid 100%, so all the data is with us, then going to the 75%, then 50%. So that way, otherwise going through the lists would have been very, very tough for the teachers. So the technology there, it helps in segregating and arranging the data in whichever form we know. And again, the report cards can be done in the bulk. So, and e-report cards can also be shared. The reason is like when the results were out of term 1, it is through technology, because CBSE had that time not given the report card or anything. So it is the schools, they use the technology and send the results to the parents through emails by formatting, creating a smaller report card in the school format or whatever of term 1. So I think otherwise it would have been very difficult to make it printed. And when the lockdown happened, everybody has seen the wonders of technology. So, but then physical school is something which brings a lot of positivity, a lot of care, and a lot of bonding between the students, teachers, and the school as a whole. But then technology has definitely eased. See, I'll tell you, all the this invitation cards for all the class presentations are created in the school only. And because the teachers and the students have also been trained to create all these cards using Photoshop or Canva, or even newsletter. I'll tell you, earlier newsletter, the management used to always say, because it was a big kharcha. Now we are doing it quarterly because of we are making it on Canva. The students and teachers are editing it, and it is being sent every 3 months to the parents through broadcast groups or emails. So I think technology has eased out the work. And if you have to find any particular picture or particular activity details, it is very easy to search by using technology. So I think it is inevitable that schools now cannot function to its maximum without using technology. If I forget about the e-books and the sample papers, CBSE, so earlier we used to say, the children used to say, ma'am, that mobile data nahi hai, so we can't do that. So now in the library we have given access to children. We have fixed 5 computers, given access to the internet. So whatever they want to search, they can do it. So with little investment, lot of improvement, and life has been very easy for educators and teachers and administrators alike by using technology. So that is
Thank you
all I
so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We'll come up to Jiten, sir. Jiten, sir, I would like to know your views on the same thing, that how has technology helped the schools to get their work more systematic and easy, although we are in shortage of time right now.
Yeah,
Sir.
I will not take much time because ma'am has already given enough information enough. She has elaborated on that. I feel technology has systematized, and it is going to systematize more the administration work. We have to categorize the school work into two. One is administration part and one is the educational part. So in education, we have already discussed how teaching and learning become better. So as far as administration is concerned, definitely technology has a better role to play because a lot of paperwork can be saved, and all schools are now saving their paperwork. Even the inquiry form, admission from right from admission inquiry process, even advertising. Let's say earlier, a lot of hoarding, the leaflet, the paper inserts, and a lot of old traditional method of advertising was happening. The campaign was happening. Now you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Google optimization, you have website. So a lot of things can be put up online. So even the admission process can be made even not by coming to the school. There are some companies that they have started giving this kind of service also, like, so the online admissions are taking place. Even the schools का जो round है, virtual video create कर दिया, the entire labs, I mean the computer lab, the science lab, the infrastructure, the playground, everything you shoot a nice video and put up there. People radio reviews also, and I mean you showcase your everything, all the school, entire school virtually on your website. And if the parent like it, they can just book the admission from anywhere. For example, they are coming from Bangalore and they want to come to Pune because their transfer is there, so they can book the admission wherever, whichever area, whichever part of the Pune which they are planning to settle down. They can just search the school online and they can book the admission. They can also have a talk with the school counselor virtually. So even the admission, let's just talk one aspect of the school administration, that is admission process. It has become so hassle free. Now as far as fees is concerned, there are some companies which are providing, like there is a Jodo company is there are some more companies there. So they are providing EMI kind of processes. They are providing the deduction, they are providing loans to the parents. So the school job has become easy once they hire those people, once they get the parents on the board. First year they they give some difficulty, parents, they are not ready for this all online transaction. Now in my school we have adopted Jodo system, which is a Bangalore based company. Now because of that, calling the parents, talking to them, that conflicts, all these things are avoiding, getting avoided, and we have to just, per parent maybe 250 something GST we have to pay, but we are saving a lot of manpower, a lot of hassle, a lot of conflicts. The payments are getting deducted automatically on those stipulated dates. So administration communication has become so easy. Biometric attendance, the RFID attendance have become easy. Even the bus tracking has become easy. So technology is a tool effectively. As again, I am saying, if you use effectively, it can save a lot of energy. It can save a lot of conflicts can be avoided just by using the technology in a right manner, in a right way. So this is what I summarize.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable views. We'll come up to Pramila ma'am. Pramila ma'am, we'd like to know your views on this saying that the safety of the children is the most important or the priority of the school.
Definitely, sir. When we are talking about now physical school, because now after pandemic, school children then started coming to school. So somewhere, I mean, this is the, I mean, most important, I mean, task for the school to take care of the children, because safety means that the child is safe. And safe means that the child is comfortable. When the child feels safe, when he is comfortable, she is comfortable in the school. And when he or she is comfortable in the school, then only the learning can go, then only the growth can be there. So this is the something very important. The moment they are entering the campus and the moment they are leaving the campus. So till that time, everywhere, every point, we need to take care of them. Apart from, I mean, like physical, I mean, we are, I mean, installing cameras and all everywhere, and we are taking care of that. Apart from that, cyber security, this is something very important when we are talking about technologies. So nowadays we are keeping some sessions. I mean, even CPSC has given some sessions, and regularly in between their computer periods, we are teaching them the cyber security, that how to take care, how, I mean, not to accept the, I mean, like request, friend request, or other things, and unnecessary not to click the links and all. So these are all things which we are teaching them during our computer periods. I mean, it is a part of the curriculum now to teach them the cyber securities. I mean, to tell them about the cyber securities. I mean, number of ways are there now. I mean, when we are talking about technologies, definitely it is very beneficial. But with some, I mean, everything is having a pros and cons. So this is, I mean, the disadvantage of this, that people they have started, I mean, misusing it. So we need to teach our children that how to protect yourself from all these things, like, I mean, from bullying, because even, I mean, through the technologies, I mean, people are, I mean, starting, I mean, taking their pictures and, I mean, misusing them. So, and what to do? Like, I mean, the child, when they come to know about this, so they are unable to share the things with, I mean, their parents. So somewhere in the school, some counselors or some class teachers, I must say the class teachers are the most, I mean, important person for a student, because he or she is very close, I mean, having a very, I mean, perfect bonding with the student. So they can share their views. I mean, we need to observe the child. Apart from that, nowadays, the after pandemic, when after 2 years they are coming back to the school, the psychosocial, I mean, their condition, their, I mean, the lack of confidence, and they become introverts sometimes. So that observation is very important. Whenever, I mean, teachers, a very close observation is done. So when we are talking about that, if suppose a Google Meet is there, everybody is present. If you come to know in the class also, and even, I mean, when you are having an online class, you come to know that the child is not very active. So the behavioral issues, we need to observe that behavioral part also. And I mean, that is supposed to be discussed with the parent, that nowadays, what is the reason? Number of, I mean, games have been, I mean, they are like, I mean, which are not very good for the children, and which are very dangerous also. I mean, so we need to take care of all these things. I mean, the technology very good, but somewhere these are the things for the security and safety of the child. We need to take care. As, I mean, the physical school, we are giving the drilling for earthquake. We are giving a mock drill for fire. I mean, break up in the school, or, I mean, earthquake, or some other, I mean, disasters. So we used to give some mock drills. So somewhere we need to discuss in cybersecurity also some examples, some case studies. We need to share the case studies, because cybersecurity can be, I mean, understood by the children by the case studies. When you are sharing that examples, that this happened to that girl, and, I mean, this was the solution. So then then the children, they understood, okay, my problem is having some solution. So giving them the case studies is the best option when we are talking about cybersecurity, then definitely it is very, very important for a child. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, you're absolutely right, because use of technology has come for but because there are cyber threats, there are cyber crimes going on, for which the children should be given awareness about that. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Arshpal sir. Arshpal sir, uh, are you also have added up anything regarding the the cyber security or something related to that which should be given awareness to the kids, as ma'am was saying?
So for safe cyber security, we have a software which is a parental control software. So basically, the delivery mechanism for our softwares when you're teaching somebody online, and then at that point of time, the delivery mechanism is either computer device or it's a tablet, because we need a bigger screen for students to learn from. So in that particular case, there are softwares which are known as parental controls, and in a more technical language, they are known as mobile device management systems. So where you can give limited access to apps as well as limited access to websites. So only the apps that you or the parents have allowed it, only those will be accessed. Otherwise, no student can do it. So that is number one for the security part is concerned. So your laptops or your tablets are locked within the classroom. So students just can't go anywhere else. But at the same time, when we say there is a cybersecurity, no doubt cybersecurity is a big concern for companies like ours, and cybersecurity, and especially the company like ours, which is involved in the, the student, into the education sector. So it is a very high priority point for us, because the reason is that you don't want students to unnecessarily browse things which they are not supposed to browse. And this is one of the reasons that we are launching a kid safe browser next month, where it will be becoming a default browser from our end. So that is one of the reasons we keep on looking into how students are using the software, how they're using the tablets or laptops or computer devices, and how we can provide them the best possible security. But at the same time, I agree with Pramila ma'am, is that we need to give students on a case study basis that what is the pros and as well as cons of, let's say, for example, accepting a friend request of unknown person. And because it's so, what do you call, you don't know actually what is going to happen next, because apparently every time student or any person clicks a photo and upload it, you come to know where you went, where we were, what you were doing. Everything is being recorded, and if there is some a person on the other side who's into your who's been befriended into Facebook or an Instagram account and has little knowledge of hacking and everything, they can easily track you down, and they can easily try to do different sorts of things. So definitely this education of cybersecurity must be given to the students. Again, the another which we have found that is another education which should be given to the students is to differentiate between the fake and the real. So there is an information explosion that is happening right now in the internet space. So we have to tell them, we have to make sure that they can differentiate between the good and the bad, the fake and the real. So that this is also very important for us as a company and as a community, as in human society as well. So we have to teach them that. So a lot of things are there. Again, I always tell everybody that obviously the world is not a hunky-dory place. We have to teach the future generations about good, bad, what is you have to do. Like ma'am said, there are certain games which are not good for kids. For kids, it's not good for adults also. So even then students play those, children play those games. So these are the things that we have to take care. We have come across in general, also it is always in the news that there are certain kids who have got addicted to certain games, because and due to addiction they have committed certain crimes also. So the thing is that it is our responsibility as a parent, and a responsibility because the second most time spent place for any kid is school. As a teacher, should be we tell them on a maybe monthly or weekly basis as to how to use an internet, because apparently in India we have jumped one revolution and we came directly to mobile devices. We have not followed the evolution of computer or internet the way we should have. So we have been given mobile phones directly. So this is one of the reasons we continuously work on security for the students, and we keep on doing that over the period of time. Rest, I think everybody is covered. Apart from that, yeah, that's it from my end.
Thank you so much. Because along with the everything, it is making very easy. The things are cleared. That contents are there. The teacher is able to know how the child is working at which subject or what thing he is not able to do. The parents are also able to know. This thing is also very important, that the data of the student should be very safe, as well as the cyber crime that has reached to a level that was most of the crimes are being done through cyber only. So it is very important as regarding this security. Because I came to know, as you told earlier also in this session also, that you are not concerned to the the internet or anything. You only allow those type of apps only to the students which are very necessary. That is very important. They are not able to use other things. That is a very good thing which you have added up into your product. Thank you so much, Harshpal sir. Thank you so much to everyone. We had a wonderful time. Poonam ma'am, if we can have you, Jiten sir, and Pramila ma'am. Jiten sir.
Yeah. I'm
So we are up to the end of the session, but this is the culture of the show that before parting, we have me time for 5 to 10 minutes in the show, where every participant has to sing 2 lines of a song. So, sir, the gentleman present over here, the first gentleman present over here, Poonam ma'am has come for the second time. She is senior right now. She'll sing at the end. She'll be the showstopper. But sir, Jiten sir, you have to start up with 2 lines of any song, any favorite song, anything.
It's difficult actually. Okay.
That is the most easiest thing, sir.
Okay. अरे यारो दोस्ती बड़ी हसीन है, अरे यारो दोस्ती बड़ी हसीन है, हम रहे या ना रहे याद आएंगे ये पल, ये है प्यार के पल हम. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful voice you have, sir. Multi-talented, sir.
All of a sudden you asked me something. So yeah,
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Pramila ma'am will come up to you, ma'am. Your turn.
Sir, I don't sing but in KVs, this is a very good trend at that time, which I also kept in my school, that we used to sing some patriotic songs in the assembly. And those patriotic songs which we learned at that time, still it is, with us. So this is, I also started in my school, because otherwise children, they don't remember or they don't learn. Only for 15th August or 26th January, they are preparing, they will learn some of the dance and the wording. So this is the song which I learned at that time. So very beautiful song. हिंद देश के निवासी सभी जन एक है, रंग रूप वेशभूषा चाहे अनेक हैं हिंद देश के निवासी, सभी जन एक हैं रंग रूप वेशभूषा, चाहे अनेक हैं। कोयल की कूक प्यारी, पपीहे की टेर न्यारी, गा रही तराना बुलबुल, राग मगर एक है। I have added the third line because really it is very good, sir. And this is, I mean, the trend which we were having. Thank you.
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful, wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. Poonam, ma'am.
When ma'am was singing, I was also recalling my school days, and that's what make me think. तू जिंदा है तो जिंदगी की जीत पे यकीन कर, अगर कहीं है स्वर्ग तो उतार ला जमीन पर। तू जिंदा है, तू जिंदा है। I don't know something के 4 दिन, I don't remember. So that's it.
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. Wonderful. Ashpal sir, you are left, sir.
So, okay, on this occasion, we yesterday celebrated 75th, I think, Independence Day. So for that, I have a song, very nice song. It's मैं शुरू करता हूँ. So that's there. भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है, सबसे न्यारा गुलिस्तां हमारा है, सदियों से भारत भूमि दुनिया की शान है, भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful, sir. Ashpal sir, you're becoming a good singer. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming up to the show.
Sir, it is your turn also, sir.
Sir,
Yes,
you need to sing as well. आप
Yes,
ऐसे
yes.
गाना
Yeah,
हर बार,
please.
you know, you ask us to sing, but you never sing yourself. चलो,
Actually,
so for the
चलो.
country, this time for the country, we've
सर
celebrated
कंट्री के
75th year.
लिए तो गाना गाना जरूरी नहीं है सर. कंट्री के लिए तो हमेशा गाते हैं हम. कल हमने 2 घंटे 3 घंटे गाया है सर स्कूल के अंदर.
anything
We had a lot.
is your choice. But
This
please,
is about harmony. This is about harmony and keeping peace. उठे सबके कदम देखो रम पम पम, कभी ऐसे गीत गाया करो, कभी खुशी कभी गम तररम पम पम, हंसो और हंसाया करो. थैंक यू सो मच. क्योंकि इसकी बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है सर. कभी हंसो और कभी हंसाया करो. दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू डू इनसाइड आवर स्कूल्स. यस मैम. पूनम मैम. मैम यू आर ऑन म्यूट मैम. पूनम मैम यू आर ऑन म्यूट.
No, I was just clapping.
Okay,
Virtual clapping.
Virtual clapping.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone. Pramila ma'am, Poonam ma'am,
Thank
Jiten
you,
sir,
sir.
and Pastor. I hope you had a good time. Hope to see you another session and another season with
Thank
a
you.
different topic and with a different show. Thank you so much.
It was a great.
Thank
It
you
was
so
great.
much. I will
Thank
share the contact details with each one of you so that you may get contact with each other. Thanks to technology, it is
Thank
bringing
you.
good and eminent, educationists together on this show. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Good day.